He gotta get a trophy.
Action.
Shit, man. I'm gonna relinquish this championship trophy. Starting off his show to the champ.
Hey, man. Hey,
Man cut up over 1,200 points.
Ooh.
eBay.
Appreciate it, Nader.
Right.
Appreciate you.
Over 1,200
And then hold on before we even start the podcast. Let me go on and get Chucky. It's time for Batman to rest up. And we're gonna work with the Jets for today. Work with the Jets. Work with the Jets.
Oh man.
Chucky gonna kill him.
The week late. I had to bring in Batman. I didn't want to do no more push-ups. Nearly killed me last week. Chucky can't even see. There you go.
Hey man, for you comic guys, he's dead, man. He's dead. I'll crush him later. Crush him later.
Batman.
So, he's taking out all my
Officially
characters.
stabbed to death. Ugh, he's
I
done.
decided.
Gutted him.
Done. Gutted him. Michael Myers right there to help me in case I need a little help. But I'm just gonna tell you this now.
I decided it's
Gone
probably
it?
not the best order of DC Comics for me to keep bringing in more characters because eBay keeps killing all my characters. So you're welcome, DC. You're welcome.
What was the name? We said Marvel at first, so they.
Yeah. You guys were going Marvel. Everybody, they're all DC characters. But just to let you know, he didn't just get the little trophy this week. In the whole kit and caboodle of everybody that put in their money this week, eBay takes the trophy.
I do
the big trophy and the little trophy.
Good job, bro.
So there you go,
Guess what?
eBay.
I will not relinquish this. This will stay in this section all year.
All right, we'll see
Just
about
know
that.
Leslie had it last week. John had it the week before that. But this will stay right here the rest of this year. Just know that. Just know that.
I tell you what, if it's here next week, I'll do 25 push-ups.
Say no more then.
All right.
Say no more. Get your arms
Not
ready.
even gonna make you do nothing.
Better bring him to your workout class because you better get them arms together.
So y'all got a person big on?
Yeah, we got personnel. If I win this week, he gonna do 25.
I'm gonna do 25
next week.
push-ups if he gets the big trophy.
No,
this week.
that ain't gonna happen.
Okay then.
I'm not even asking for anything in return. I'm that sure he ain't gonna pull
He
that
just
out.
automatic win.
Okay.
All right. Now, last week, though, some pretty awesome stuff happened. Now, I'm the conspiracy theorist. Well, I can't say that because Antonio's taught me a lot about how the money determines games and things, so I got to give him props for that. But last week, we all made the insane pick, the one that got us all 500 points because nobody expected the Jets to beat the Bills. So I got my Jets on. I got my dance going.
I got dance going.
That's right. We got it. And of course, you know, you guys could have had a Jets uniform on and showed me how to dance, but you got the pale white guy doing the dance right now, so that's sad right there. But
Killing them.
anyway, our Jets knocked off the Bills, got us all a bunch of points.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Yes, ma'am. I need to get that bread.
All right. We got eBay having to leave for a second, but we're gonna keep going here. So the Jets won. And the other game that I found to be fun, you know, being a Titans fan, you know, we watched the whole game with the Titans and the Chiefs. And to me, and eBay is going to argue with me, but that game, it looked like the Chiefs had to work real hard to keep that game close. But you notice, through 4 quarters, almost a complete 4 quarters, they were shut down to hardly any points. But when it came time for it, they went all the way down the field, got a touchdown, got a 2-point conversion, and won the game, almost doubling their points in the last 2 minutes of the game. Just like I always say happens in a game that's rigged. And sure enough, you watch that game, the Titans look terrible. Now, the good thing for me is I thought I was going to take the Titans to the Super Bowl because every time I picked against them, I was wrong. Well, I picked against them and I was right, so I'm sorry, Titans fans, I can't get you to the Super Bowl. And I'm also sorry to inform you that Derrick Henry ain't getting you to no Super Bowl either.
Okay.
So, that's
Let me
where
say
I'm
this
going.
right here, man. Our defense, the Titans defense, is one of the elite in the business. Now, we had Willis. He passed 16 times.
How many points did you hold Buffalo to?
What they get, 23?
I think was that 42? I believe it was 40-something points the Bills poured on us.
But usually, Usually, we beat Kansas City in the regular season, and we lose to them in the playoffs. It will be the opposite this year. Derrick Henry gonna rush for 180 every game in the playoffs this postseason.
Wow.
Well, that was
2 touchdowns per game.
Wow.
I said it here first, man.
well. Here's
said
my
it here
problem with
first.
that. The only team that he seems to be able to get 200 yards against is the Texans.
Okay. Okay.
So far, you say
He
200
still had,
yards
he
every
still
week.
had what, 120 this week and 2 touchdowns. Come on now.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was the whole offense. They was putting 10 in the box on him the whole game.
And that's why
Willis
I tell
couldn't
you.
pass,
That's why
man.
I tell you they won't beat 200 yards. It's not because Derrick Henry's not the best running back in the league. It's that everybody knows that there ain't nothing else they got to worry about with the Titans.
But can I say this right here? This is why this show is called Conspiracy Theory. That's why Tannehill didn't play. I'm telling you, man, the Titans are going to the Super Bowl. We're trying to get this stadium off the ground. We're trying to get everybody on board. And what'll be the best way to get them on board if we win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, you know how many catches our receivers got though?
Yeah. But you know, Odell Beckham been in the area.
Zero.
I'm going to say that one more time. Odell been here. He been here.
Hey, I would love to see that. That would be awesome. But doesn't it seem, if you're a Titans fan, you know we've had Randy Moss, we had
didn't pass
Julio
it to him.
Jones.
We didn't-
It doesn't matter
He
how
didn't
great
play.
the receiver is. They come here. You got our cameraman's telling us you got to have somebody to
So,
throw the ball to.
I'm looking at the producer, and Leslie, you feel like the Titans ain't going to make it either, huh?
I believe they're gonna make it.
Oh, okay, then. That's all.
I mean, that's just because it's my home team. It's the only one I care about. But he got to have somebody to throw to these boys. Even if we
Odell here.
if we get Odell, or even by Odell being here, somebody got to throw it to him. Who gonna throw it to him?
Yeah, so
Tannehill going to be able to throw the ball.
that's what we got going down. That we watch. We're Titans fans here, so we got our heart into it.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see the Titans go, but from what I saw this week, and maybe it was a fluke. We know how the NFL goes. Last week the Jets lost, and they looked like crap. And this week they beat what everybody considers to be the best team in the NFL. So one week to the next, you never know what you're going to see. But
Hey, it's week by week, man.
and that's exactly why
It's week by week.
on this podcast, I tell you that one week somebody might look awesome in their picks, and then the next week, they don't look so good.
Never would it be
So
me. Never would it be me.
that's where I'm
Look
going.
bad the next week.
All right, well, we're going to see right now.
Let's go,
We're
baby.
going to make our picks, baby. Here we go.
That's the part I like.
Atlanta and Carolina. And Atlanta is spotting Carolina 3 points. Who you got, Mater?
Man, Carolina's tanking. Atlanta's trying to win. I don't know how. That game might lock on 3, so I'll just take Atlanta minus money line, head up. for the
Straight
Super
up.
Bowl.
I totally understand that now because I've been taking the spread, and I lost 2 games last week because of the stinking
You
spread.
didn't lose it. You just pushed on them.
Yeah.
But you didn't get the win on it.
Exactly. But in our competition, that pretty much counts as a loss because you get 0 points for it. So that sucked for me.
Yeah.
The Chargers had to win by exactly 3 points. So anyway, I had some bad misfortunes this week. We're going to turn it around this week, and I ain't messing with the spread on this because 3 points is about what it seems to be. So I'm actually going to take Carolina to win this game straight up because 89% of the money's going on Atlanta. And I don't think Atlanta's going anywhere anyway. And I don't know. I think it's Carolina's time. You know,
Plus 3 money line. You said?
I'm taking a money line straight up Carolina. What do you got, eBay?
Hey, I'm a second that motion. I think that quarterback for Carolina, he's gonna be great. That young guy gonna be great because he got moves, he can pass. He's not like even like Willis. Willis for us, the Titans is terrible. The passing, you know. But this guy can actually pass and run, and their defense is the truth.
Well, I have to say for Willis, though, I mean, if they're pouring in on you the moment you snap the ball, I don't care how good you are, you ain't throwing it. So I'm not saying that Willis is terrible yet, but I'll tell you that offensive line looked terrible. That's for dang sure.
I know he's not terrible because he got an arm. He's got the potential, but he don't know how to read defenses.
Yeah.
That's why they don't put the ball in his hand because he's not literally smart enough to figure it out at this moment of his career.
Yeah,
He
he's
got to do
too
some more
young.
studying, but I'm taking Carolina head up. They'll win this game. Mariota, you're done.
All right.
You said he's taking them straight up.
He's taking
On
Carolina
the
straight
podcast,
up, too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
but not on the paper.
Yes, sir. Taking them on the paper.
Yeah, yeah. So So he's taking. No, he
no,
circled
I
just
circled
Carolina.
Carolina.
He underlines the ones that he's taking.
Well, I circle the
spread
whole
on.
deal, or underline the whole deal.
Yeah, if he's taking the spread, he underlines.
Yeah. I
So-
circled that.
All right.
Carolina, head up, man. You heard me.
I don't see nothing on 145, y'all.
Oh yeah. So
I
go
didn't
ahead and
circle.
circle your
I ain't
140.
circled in 145.
There you go.
That, now I see.
Alright.
Now I see you
Ah,
taking
okay, that's what I need to do. And again, get what? That made an 8 on my paper, so I guess I'm gonna have at least 8 to 10 games right this week.
All right, we'll see.
Let's go.
Seattle, Tampa Bay. So you got Seattle is getting 2.5 points from Tampa Bay, and I'll go ahead and start at this one. I'm gonna take Brady. You know, me and you's been talking, and on this show we keep saying that they got to get Brady in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And we kept picking them because we're like, they got to start winning somewhere. And they finally let them start winning, and I think it's going to continue. Seattle looked good last week, and like we've said, week to week, teams go one way, and then they go the next way the next week. I think Seattle won a game they shouldn't have won, so they'll lose this game to Tampa Bay. And to me, given the way Tampa Bay's played, Vegas giving them 2.5 points, you know, or actually giving Seattle 2.5 points. To me, that's saying Vegas knows something.
Oh, yeah. The Tampa covered at 3. Tom Brady got his divorce finalized, man. The man he's getting his swag back. They'll come out and they'll smack Seattle around. Seattle been looking good. Who don't want Seattle? Plus
Yeah.
2.5. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Tease it up to 8.5. So Brady will come out, they'll smack Seattle around, and they'll get off the Seattle bandwagon and get back on the Tampa bandwagon.
All right. All right, on to the next. Now, this is a good game, and this is an interesting pick. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, who you got? Tampa Bay and Seattle.
Let me just tell you something, man. Tom Brady is done in with the wife deal and all that. They done with Tom Brady. That's why they constantly pushing other quarterbacks to be great. You got Geno looking good. You know, you got a lot of quarterbacks in this league looking good, and I don't think they're worried about Tom Brady no more. So I'm taking Seattle head up with the 122. Right?
Head up. I think that's a smart pick. To me, if the game's legit, I think Seattle should win that game. But I don't think it's going to be legit. But also, I mean, Brady's finally got... he's done with it. You know, the whole thing about, you know, maybe the divorce had something to do with him playing another year. Hey, it's over with now. It's done with. He ain't got to worry about the stress of going home to somebody nagging at him, you know. Hey, it's on. It's going to be great. I think he's going to be focused on what he needs to be focused on.
Too much, man. You know how long since Tom been single? Man, you know how many women out there talking about Tom, me Tom, me Tom.
Bunch of pick me Tom.
Me Tom.
You're right.
But guess what? Mine is not on football no more, man. Tom finna wild out, man.
All right, we'll have to see.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right, now this is a big game next week because you got one of the best teams in the AFC and one of the best teams in the NFC.
Wow.
And arguably, you could say either one of them could be the best in their conference. You got Minnesota playing at Buffalo, but they're giving Buffalo 8 points, and Jared Allen is questionable in that game. So who are you going to take on that, eBay?
I'm going to tell you, man. I think they're finna bring Buffalo back to reality. I think the league finna be even again. Minnesota beat them head up.
Oh,
They beat them head up.
I like that pick. That's bold. What do you got, Mater?
I like Buffalo -8. How can Buffalo stand against Minnesota 8 with all the good ball they playing and how good they look, like you said?
Exactly.
Yeah, Buffalo by 10 at least.
And I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Just because the Bills did get brought back down to earth this week. They did. They got beat by the Jets. That brought them back down to earth. So next week they're going to get on fire, and Jared Allen is going to play. And I hate, you know, it's one of those deals where we already said we wouldn't do this kind of crap, but if Jared Allen doesn't play, that's going to suck for me. But my pick, I'm taking Buffalo. I'm taking them with the 8 points. I think, like Mater said, we're going to end beating them by 10, and they're going to look like a Super Bowl team next week, unlike the mid-range team they looked like last week.
For all you fantasy players, take Dalvin Cook in this game. He's going to have 175 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns.
And just to let you know,
You guarantee that?
I ain't gonna guarantee it, but he's gonna have at least over 100 and a couple touchdowns this game.
And just to let you know,
You watch.
Minnesota is getting 83% of the bets to outright win that game.
Them people know what they know what I see.
Here's the problem. What they see is the Bills team from last week. That's what they're seeing. They're overreacting to what they saw last week. And that's why I almost can guarantee at least Buffalo's going to win. But I think they cover the 8 points because 83% of the bets are going Minnesota's way. Do you know how much money that is? Because if each one of them bet $100, they get $196. So they would get $296 back on that bet. I don't think Vegas is going to be standing for that, unless that 86 or 83% is just like 10 bets have been made or something. You know?
Halftime, that bet gonna swing because halftime Buffalo gonna be up, regardless if Allen play or not. Buffalo gonna be up at halftime,
and that means the people
and
that pick
Minnesota
still like Minnesota.
No. Buffalo gonna be up,
right?
And at halftime,
so Minnesota with whatever point
fourth
they get,
quarter, Minnesota gonna score 14 points and win that game.
All right.
I did tell you here. You heard me say it.
Detroit and Chicago. Another snore fest game. Detroit is getting 3 points.
I don't know about a snore fest. Chicago and Justin Fields been looking doggone good, bro.
Oh, they have, and that's why I think they're not going to look good this week. And Detroit ain't going to look good. I just think they're going to suck together. So I'm taking Detroit straight up just because I get double the points to take Detroit, and I could see that game going either way, really. So what you got, Mater?
Hey, come watch it.
Took Chicago -3.
Get your light on.
Chicago -3 for mine, folks. And yeah, that's what I like. Detroit tanking, another team tanking. They going for the picks in the draft, so they ain't trying to win no football game. They'll put up some points, but they'll lose. They'll lose by 4.
I definitely like what you're saying. That makes sense to me too. The only reason why I'm saying what I say is 86% is taking Chicago in the spread and 82% are taking Chicago straight up. So if there's enough bets on there, which that doesn't seem like the kind of game to get a lot of bets, so it may not even affect it. But, you know, that's the biggest reason why I take Detroit. What do you got, eBay?
Hey, man, I got Chicago. I'm giving up the 3. I'm giving you gonna waste all the check.
I know, man.
Waste all the goddamn check now.
Dang it, that's just that's a waste.
I'm over here supporting them folks, man. I'm trying to get us some money sponsorship through them now.
There's gonna have to start being some penalties for spilling the alcohol.
Keep wasting the Jack Daniels. But Chicago, I'm giving up the 3, man. And Justin Fields, man, I'm like Mater, man. Hey, bro, he been looking good. Now he ain't passing the ball that much. You know, he passed a little bit, but the run game and the pass game, I can see him being a Lamar Jackson on a whole nother level.
That's what they said. I watched ESPN yesterday, and they was like, they told Justin Field, asked him, what is his strengths? And they playing to his strengths. So his strengths must be running the ball. So they running the ball a little bit more. And they looking a lot
plays
better
for him, too.
There you go.
And then he passing, so now the linebackers got to come up because they're worried about him running. And now they're doing a lot of middle passes.
I think KC's doing
I'll just take Jacksonville plus 9.5. Kansas City will win the game, but they ain't doing too much covering these days. Like you say, Vegas is involved in conspiracy theory football. And yeah, Jacksonville covers. They'll lose by 7.
I like that pick. I actually, you know what? I'm going to have to change my pick because over here I got Kansas City and the 9.5. But when I'm looking at it, 81% of the people are taking Kansas City and the spread. I just figured they'd have a big bounce back week from last week. But I am going to take Jacksonville and the 9.5 points.
They'll lose by 7.
And, yeah. What are you doing?
Hey, man, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm finna run off from y'all, man. I'm finna get away from y'all, man. I'm finna get away from y'all, man. This week, Jacksonville will get a win against Kansas City. Wow. Jacksonville will get a win this week. Esteem that running back. 2 touchdowns, 130 yards rushing. Jacksonville head up.
That is a bold pick.
Head up.
Hey, but the money would go that way because the majority
head
of
up,
the money.
man. See, the Titans, we couldn't pass the ball. You see, it's a setup for Jacksonville to win and for the Titans to beat Kansas City in the playoffs. I'm telling you, this year, that's how I set up. Because usually we'll beat them We'll beat Kansas City last play or some
we ain't
shit.
on the Titans right
But what
now.
I'm saying is Jacksonville gonna come in there and they're gonna run up the score so fast. Kansas City gonna come back at the end. They're gonna come back at the end like they usually do fourth quarter, but they're not gonna win.
All right.
Jacksonville.
Bold prediction. I like it.
I like it.
I'll give you kudos if that happens this week. You know, that's a bold pick. I'll give it to you. Now we got Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Miami's giving Cleveland 3.5 points. And I'm going to go ahead and go and say I'm taking Miami because you guys know I've been saying it the whole time.
Tua.
The Dolphins and Tua. The NFL made a mistake with Tua, and they've been doing it. They've been doing it over and over and over again.
Stomach not cool.
Now, they haven't been clearing the spread, and that's what worries me. But Tua's won every week since he's come back.
You right, Paul. You right. You definitely right on. Hey, I think, you know, sometimes you pick back on me. This time I have to pick it back off you on that, Paul, because ever since you said that.
SPP.
No.
Say pick Paul.
No. I like the -3.5. But what I'm saying is that scenario that he came up with is coming true every week in and week out. They trying to downplay that Tua situation, so they're gonna keep on letting Miami win the football game, and they're gonna be somewhere in the playoff, and we'll forget about the 2 hits and coming back into the game when he should have never been in the game in the first place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Should never played the game in the first place.
If the guy comes back and he looks this good, then obviously he wasn't that hurt.
There we go.
You know?
Hey, like you always say, Maida, how would Cosell say? Not so fast, my friend.
You going
Man,
chubby?
have you been seeing Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt? How you been seeing those guys,
They
man?
play good. They cut.
Hey, man, them folks, head up,
Another one. Oh,
head up. Chubb, Kareem Hunt, 120 yards apiece, 250 rushing. Brissett get probably 15 to 20 rushing yards. They dominate this game, bro.
But one thing's for
Hey, dumb.
certain, we can't call you SPE because he's taking all the big underdogs and all the points. If he lucks up and wins half of these games, he's going to take it this week. We got to be careful because
Man,
he's
you better
taking
get your arms ready, man. Made up. If you don't bring him to your workout class, man.
He owe you 25.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
All right. So here we go. The Giants. Everybody got their pick. Yeah, you got yours in too. All right. The Giants are playing at Texas. Hey man, come on, dude. The Giants are playing the Texans, and they're playing in New York. The Giants have been looking great. You know, they're actually considered to be one of the top 5 teams in the league in most of the picks.
I concur.
And they're playing one of the worst teams in the league, and arguably the worst team in the league, the Texans.
But you know how that goes when a lot of teams play down to their competition. Are the Giants one of those teams this week?
Yeah, you know, the Giants are kind of like the Titans have been all the time. They win, but they win sloppy. They don't win by a lot of points. They keep them in the game, and it doesn't matter whether it's the Texans or the Bills. It's going to be a close game,
Right.
and that's why I'm taking the Texans
+6.5.
and pick.
SPP, man. I'm going to go this time, mate, because y'all been executing the whole game.
Go ahead.
Houston, daytime to win. Their defense will win this game.
Oh my God.
The offense, they'll kick 4 field goals, 5 field goals, 6 field goals this game. The Houston, you know I like Barkley. You know I like his legs this year. You know he excuse my French, but he's one of the best in the league right now. But Houston this week wins this game head up. Head up, bro.
All right.
Houston.
They
gotta give him a game in our division. They gotta give them something, bro. They got to, bro.
This pick is brought to you by Jack Daniels, half a bottle of whiskey.
You know he in the building, baby. You know he in the building. I told you I would never. Hold on, man. Before you do that pick, I told you I would never disrespect Jack Daniels again. I'm waiting on this sponsorship for our show. I'm waiting on the Jack Daniels. I want to throw that in there. Now, go on, man. Let me hear your pick.
So the Giants playing good and Houston playing terrible, and I'm gonna agree with both of my co-workers and co-hosts on this pick. but I'm gonna be an SPM, man. And I'm gonna take the points.
SPM?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Say
take the
Pete
points.
Mater?
I'm gonna take the points. Houston plus 6.5. I was initially gonna go with the Giants, but these boys convinced me. So, sometimes I'm convinced.
Houston win this game, man. Hey, get what? This is a landslide on my win this week. Landslide.
You might be right.
Landslide.
All right.
Hey, it's gonna take them all year to catch my score, I promise you. I promise you.
New Orleans and Pittsburgh will be our next one. New Orleans Saints are playing at the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the Steelers are getting 2.5 points from New Orleans. So who you gonna take on this one, Mater? Yeah.
Well, you said Mater, so Mater going for the jackpot on this one. Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin, he got some pride, man. He got something to stand for in Pittsburgh, man. He's not letting New Orleans come in there and take this victory. So they're gonna whoop New Orleans all the way back down to New Orleans, and Pittsburgh takes this game, man. Head up. Pittsburgh.
What you got, eBay?
Never gonna do that. Man, Kamara is acting a fool right now.
He had a bad game last week.
New Orleans covers that 2.5. New Orleans all the way, man. This is not even a play pick. This is just, there ain't no safe pick. New Orleans is way better than Pittsburgh all the way around right now. Especially since Watt still out. And they ain't got no quarterback and whatever else they got. Mike Tomlin is a good coach. You can't take that away from him. But never.
I have to agree with you on that, but only for the point that for some reason 86% of the people are betting Pittsburgh wins that game. So I don't see it happening. I don't see Pittsburgh actually beating New Orleans. So I'm taking New Orleans and a 2.5 based simply on the fact that I don't think that Vegas is going to let them win. Even though, I mean, Pittsburgh, I don't even get enough points to take them, because it's an underdog team and it's not even appealing for me to take that risk. So New Orleans minus 2.5. All right, do we want to start this next one?
We'll let them start. We'll let the champ start it.
Denver, Tennessee. Denver getting 3 points from Tennessee. What are you thinking, eBay?
Come on now. Denver, Russell Wilson.
Any reason to take a shot.
Future Conley hitting him with them songs on the radio. You know what I'm saying? That take away from your play game, man. Because everywhere he go, people talking about, you got Future baby mama, don't you? You know what I'm saying? He's not comfortable, especially in Denver where the weed is dry. He ain't getting no good weed out there, man. You need. Man, come on, man. Tennessee +3 and plus more. You know what I'm saying, Paul? I wanted to bet you Tennessee beat them by 7, and I'll double that 25 that you said you were gonna bet me that I win the fight.
All right, since they're the favorite, how many are you gonna do? If I do
25,
it's a double.
I say so that means you gotta do 50.
Right.
Yeah, I double it, meaning I do 25, which I'm definitely gonna win. But
you say by 7.
By 7.
By 7. Okay.
You ain't got no spread. If they win by 7, I win.
Okay. All right. If you win by 7, so we're gonna say 6.5 is the spread for you. I'll take 7 points. If it's 7 points or more, then
it's not. You can't take it on that sheet.
It's on camera. It's on camera.
But it's our personal bet.
We got it on film.
Not the sheet though.
Yeah, it's on film.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not the sheet.
I want to take that, and I'm actually gonna go in this because I hate that now. After last week, and I lost 2 games on this podcast because of the fact.
You lost a lot of games. They ain't the only one you lost.
Yeah, but I lost 2 of them because I took the spread and it landed right on the spread, which in Vegas I would have been a push, but in this game it's just basically a loss. So I'm not even 3 points is just right at it for me. But I'm gonna take Denver straight up because it says Tannehill's questionable, and I think they're letting us.
I'll bet you another 50 on that. So that'd be 100 push-ups for you if you lose.
Yeah. But we already got our bet. That's as far as I'm going. I'm taking Denver.
You take a Denver head up. I give you another 25 push. Well, then we ain't gonna do 100. 25. Another 25 push-ups. Tennessee win.
Right now we're talking.
I gave you 7.
Do that off camera.
We do a push.
Who you like on the pitch?
I'm taking Denver to win that game, but once again, I'm taking the underdog here, and the other thing is it's still a gamble for me because Tannehill may or may not play, and I think if Tannehill plays, I think Tennessee wins,
Not so fast, my
like we
friend.
always say,
So fast.
But I'm taking
listen, listen, Paulie Paul, listen to
Man, you don't listen to that Oakland Raider, man. He
This
got
man,
glasses on and
this
shit.
Tennessee Titan diehard fan, the champ of the week.
Hey,
Hey,
give me that now, both my
Hey,
sheets.
He's playing
Both
at
my
home.
sheets. Nick.
He's playing at home.
Camera will still push.
The team's playing at home. Denver's coming to town. He's saying Future playing songs about his wife. And,
They don't
and
want to.
he would come to Tennessee and he would win that game head up in Tennessee.
I'm with you. I took Denver in the
Russell Wilson
130.
and the Denver Broncos win this game head
Hey, get
up.
what? Can I invite y'all? Cause West 10 we tailgate that Sunday.
No,
at the
I
stadium.
ain't coming to that game. But I will take
We
Denver
right there by
head up.
Exxon, where the Exxon is. We're right there in that first little lot right there. If you want to come to experience that firsthand.
And do push-ups if they win at the
No, you ain't gotta do that. I'm gonna do that on the podcast.
Okay.
But I just want you to come experience the excitement because I know a lot of different fans that I know that's coming. You know, from out of town and stuff, and we're gonna barbecue, cook fish. We're gonna do breakfast, lunch, and dinner there.
I'm taking but once again, on here, I'm taking the 20. I'm not taking Denver on our bet and the 100 push-ups because God knows I probably can't do 100 push-ups. But anyway, even in intervals. But anyway, I'm taking Denver on the podcast. I'm taking them straight up to win the game.
Did we ever get his pick?
Oh, he took Tennessee and the -3.
All right, Paul, on to the next pick.
Oh man,
You do-
you talking about Tennessee?
You do realize though,
I ain't mean to circle the 7.
Oh, man.
I ain't mean to circle it.
I knew that. I know what you do.
I know I'm doing 170 because.
But we know on the hunt here what happens.
Cover everything.
Indianapolis and the Las Vegas Raiders. If you take Indianapolis, and you seem to be, I think you might do it. Indianapolis is 215 points if you take Indianapolis winning straight up because the Raiders have to give the Colts 215 points. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to you because I think I know what you're gonna say.
You already know.
You know the 215?
Yes, sir. Cause guess what? Our whole division win this week. Our whole division: Indy, Houston, Titans, Texas. All of us win this week. In the head
Well,
up.
you make that bet in
In
Vegas,
the
you'll be a
head
rich
up.
man next week.
In the head up, man. Our whole division
Me
win.
personally, I don't understand how the Las Vegas Raiders, as horrible as they are playing, can afford to give anybody no 6.5, meaning they got to win by 7. With that being said, Las Vegas
SPM.
takes the -7 and they covers that 6.5.
Oh no,
on
you do
Indy, bro.
SPM?
No, that's
Okay, there ain't no SPM right there. That's
I got the
go out on the
I got the
line.
cojones for real.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, Indianapolis is a big pick. I mean, it's hard, like you say. I mean, Indianapolis is a team this year that shouldn't. I mean, them and the Raiders together, I think, are the same team. I don't think they should be getting 6.5 points from the Raiders because the Raiders look like crap.
Exactly.
They don't know their butthole from their elbows this year, you know.
Exactly, Paulie.
But that's why I'm like you, and I believe that I'm taking the Raiders in the -6.5 because I just think, why on earth would they say it unless they know something we don't? So, Raiders in the 6.5,
For Paul.
and oh man, no, I gotta take it back. I'm gonna go with the eBay on this because 77% of the money is going that way to the Raiders, and 78% is going on and winning. I'm gonna take Indianapolis straight up.
We're gonna remember that game, fans and folks. If this guy loses his sheep because he changed his mind betting with Jack.
Oh yeah.
He's betting with Jack Daniels. He let Jack
And get
influence
what?
him.
I promoted to the best, baby.
He let Jack.
Number 7.
Paul let Jack influence him on
I
that
promoted
pick,
to the best.
and that's what we'll blame him.
I
on.
promoted
We're gonna
to the
remember
best.
that pick right there. The Raiders,
Indianapolis 215. I'm taking them straight
the
up.
215.
Yeah.
He did not only just switch it. He dropped the cojones on it.
I did. I'm going all the way in on it.
All right.
I'm sitting there looking at it and I'm thinking, what kind of
So he
Vegas
did not
wants you
do.
to Vegas wants you to do that.
Nah, he
He
dropped
didn't
the
do SBP.
He dropped the cojones.
He didn't do SBP.
Yeah,
Say
I mean,
Big Paul.
He dropped the cojones.
all this
Okay.
money's going to the Raiders at 6.5, and I'm thinking, what kind of people think that's going to happen when you know, if it was the other way around, then I would think. If it was 80% to Indy, then I'd be like, what kind of people think that's going to happen that way? So either way, the money was the way I was going. And the money's going to the Raiders, so I'm going with the Colts straight up. All right. All that confusion, I apologize. Next one is Dallas and Green Bay. What early in this year, when we first started this year, we would have thought that this might have been a game to determine who has the best record in the NFC, you know? But Green Bay has absolutely let us down.
Definitely trending the wrong way. Definitely trending the wrong way.
So, who you going to take on this one, Mater? Dallas?
I want Dallas in that defense. Aaron Rodgers is not playing well. His receivers, him and his receivers are not on the same accord. The coach can't get everybody under control. Dallas looking great. Dak is back. He looking good. So Dallas minus.
Mike is on him. Mike get in. Mike get in sometime. Mike get in.
Look at him. I'm Michael Myers on these motherfuckers.
Get Jack away, man.
Bad man. Bad man.
Yeah.
Batman is crushed.
There it goes. There it goes.
Crushed, baby.
Alright. Thank y'all. We love you guys. We appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy our antics. We'll be here next week. We'll come back and see what happened, and we'll take the trophies away from this guy right here. Thanks a lot.
Same bad time,
Hey, but
same
get what? Get what? He gonna be doing some push-ups next week. Believe that? Okay.
It's the same.
Hey, y'all be safe, man. Peace, man.